Welcome back to Let's Play Deadly Rooms of Death, and my heart is pulsating right now. I'm like, I got adrenaline pumping, so we're gonna do this part, and trust me, I'll need my adrenaline pumping for how much thinking I'm gonna have to do in this level. This level, I would argue, is the hardest in the game. Now, I know what that's saying. There's other levels, 22, 23, 24, 25. Those are hard, don't get me wrong. 25 mostly. 25 is really hard, but in terms of new player skill level, this level is hard. Now, this isn't the hardest level for me because I'm used to swarm rooms by now, or at least simple ones like this one. Yes, this is considered simple, but yeah, for a new player, this is probably one of the hardest levels in the game, and you're probably going to struggle. But do not fret, we're going to get through this. These are all swarm rooms, nothing too different about it. So we're going to start off by just trying to get rid of every brain. There's not much else we can really do. Now, a general rule of thumb for... I know I've been saying this for swarm rooms, is again, get rid of whatever you can as quick as possible. It generally is easier with brains. Now, I know what that's saying. At times it may be harder, but if you look at sometimes their movement, they always move in a way where they can get to you, like that. So they're always going to be next to you. And it's really hard to demonstrate, but there are times where you actually can move faster just because there is a brain. Because if you notice, even when they're above me, they move below me, so they move right into line. And so it's actually quicker to kill them than it would be if there were no brains. So swarm rooms, I argue, could sometimes be actually easier because of brains. But still, if you're not familiar with brains, these movements are pretty awkward, so there's really nothing, you know, it's not really as simple as I try to make it out to be. This room is a pretty intense room. The idea for this room is you have to, by the time you get to other parts of the room, it's going to pile up. And so what I mean by that is, like, for example, going up here, we're going to easily get through this part. What am I trying to say? We're going to easily get through this, these two bottom and tops. At least I think we are. And even if you are killing one monster at a time, you shouldn't worry about it too much because usually when there's not that many roaches spawning, it doesn't really matter. It's when there's like a ton of them. But it doesn't really matter which one you start with because the others are going to pile up by the time you get to them. And so I just like to use the outside edge one first because now we can use those outside edges because they stay open. And so I can, like, for example, run here, and now it's become genuinely quicker. Maybe not. Maybe it's still pretty long. I don't know. But there's really not much to say about swarm rooms in general. Just move quick. I do like the design of this level. He gave it kind of a darker atmosphere than the... I like it because, I don't know, it's really nice. And you feel like you're in danger. Stranger danger. Now that I think about it, it may have been a better idea to do this part first. It is possible, but it's going to be a little tricky. So what actually we're going to do is actually run over here. Now it seems kind of counterintuitive to go backwards, but what I can do here that I couldn't do in the hallway, because again, I kill something every turn, for the most part. And so now, that swarm that normally would not clear up just cleared up. And now when I charge through, I can actually get rid of all of them. And now that I can get rid of all of them, we can go ahead and go over here, get rid of these guys. We could go ahead and get those guys, but the thing about those pathways is that they already they're already clogged up, so there's no reason to try to get through them when they're already clogged up. We can just go for them later. And so once we can get to them, we will do so. I wish there was more to say about this level. It's just a lot of brains and roaches and goblins. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of goblins too. A lot of them. It's a pretty epic mixture, if I say so myself. These rooms, though, what I do like about them is they feel epic. You feel like you're doing something that no normal human being can do, and it's something some games lack, at least some puzzle games. I guess there isn't really a way to make a puzzle game to make you feel epic, but trust me, after doing puzzles since I've been since I was what's the age? 4? It's the fact that there's not many puzzles that make you feel epic is kind of annoying, but I mean, when you think of it on a normal basis, how can you make puzzles epic? I mean, you're just using your brain, and you know, a lot of people find that boring. I've had friends that are like, why do you like puzzles? Or not even friends, I just had random people walk up to me and they're like, why do you like puzzles so much? And really, when I'm answering that question, I don't really know what to say. I mean, what do they expect as an answer? Because I'm weird? I mean, I don't know. Okay, that goblin should be useful. So it's just kind of, but I mean, something I guess a lot of people don't, or I guess the average person doesn't see, is in the value of puzzles, is that a puzzle isn't just some Sudoku. I always forget if it's Sudoku or Sudoku, but it's not just a simple like puzzle like that or something. It's a lot more meaning, and if you think about it, in regular life, we solve puzzles on a daily basis. I mean, if you think about it. Yeah, we got this room. But, we just basically got it for this room, go one at a time. It's nothing too big. And it's going to be like the last room, stuff is going to pile up. It's just natural. But, yeah, so it's kind of like you can formulate puzzles and life together. They do. When you're solving life, if you think about it, when you think about what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, that's a puzzle. You don't know the answer to that, do you? You're trying to figure it out. You want to know the solution. What do I want to eat? What is that solution? But we don't really call that a puzzle because that just seems pretty trivial to us. You know, we decide on something to eat, but I mean, you really have to think about it, right? It's mostly if you're one of those people that really are healthy and try to eat healthy and eat right, you're going to try to you're going to try to figure out the best way to eat. You're going to try to figure out the what you need to eat for that day, right? I mean, you have to figure it out. So that's why I do puzzles. I mean, there's so many life situations where you use them that I guess the better question is, how is life not a puzzle? So This room is hard, just if I'm making it look easy. It is a really tricky room. What I'm trying to do, at least for the early on stages of this, is just try to get rid of all the brains. And while that may seem like a bad idea, it should do stuff like this. And I think it's alright if I do it. Yeah. And after doing these last two levels, or the last level, it's kind of weird to see regular moving roaches, but whatever. So what I'm going to do is go to the left. And yeah, we got more of the usual. This one, I just try to go up and get that roach quickly. And then the idea here is these corridors are so strange that, yeah. You can actually, since that roach thankfully trapped himself there, we can ignore that area for now and go ahead and finish off the rest of these areas. No, we'll go this way. I mean, there's really no real good solution to this. So I have a question. I always wondered, I mean, how do you guys first do puzzles? Because, I mean, I did puzzle books when I was 4. I don't know why, I did. I think my mom did them with me, and for some reason I liked them. I don't really have a reason why, just, you know, I found them interesting. I didn't really care for children's books, I guess, at the time. They were, too generic. Though, my mom says those were the first books I read, but I think, well, I used to write Hughleys. And, I actually, without being taught how to read on my own. Like, I literally read the words on the page. I understood how to read it. That's not an easy feat to do. Am I calling myself a genius? Not at all. I am far from one, but I find it interesting how I was able to read. So, we're coming to a problem here. How do we get to these guys? Because obviously, before we make any progress, we having roaches swarm onto us, and the answer to that is I have no idea. How can we make this better? I think this is just one of those really hard... I mean, all these rooms, like I said, are really hard. I'm even struggling with them, as you can tell. And I'm the one that's supposed to be showing you how to beat these puzzles, and I'm struggling with them. So, it shows that these aren't just straightforward swarm rooms, at least. For the most part, I'm going to be rushing through the rest of King Dugan's dungeon. Not that I don't like it, it's just during a rooted hold is about to... That 5.0, I don't know if it already is, but it's very soon that I'm going to start let's playing that, and I'm just really, really want to do it. So I might be rushing through these last levels for quickly. I'm sorry. I mean, there's not much to explain again. It's just you see what you kind of have to do. This room I'm going to do last because that's just a nightmare. So going down, again, more swarming. Now, there is a problem here, as you'll find out very soon. It doesn't matter how quick we go here. These are going to all clog up by the time we get to here. So, don't even try to beat the clock. It's not going to happen. For right here, we can run right here. Hopefully get these goblins to walk towards us. And... this goblin doesn't want to work with us. Well, somehow that worked. But I'm just like, I don't know what to say. It's just, this is hard. This room, I mean, it doesn't seem, it seems like I'm doing well, but trust me, I'm making this look easy. And when you see how clogged up that side is, you're going to wonder how in the world do we get through that. And I'm going to demonstrate that because that is not easy. It's anything, it's almost impossible. There's only one factor that makes it possible. That's how hard these rooms get. It's like, it hasn't been like the rest of the swarm rooms we have done this entire game where you have multiple ways of solving it. No, you're pretty much set on this one. If you don't do this part perfect, there's no way you're going to do it. So here, this is what we gotta do.
Now, should I take out that brain first or watch my back?
So idea here is, do we clear this first or do we go up here first? I don't know which one's harder. Maybe Nuntar could have made the harder one the challenge. I don't know. But the only way to solve this room is to quickly, with your sword pointing up, run up here and keep this goblin here. Then, once the goblin gets trapped right there, like that, we run in here, and then we go right here, and we just do what we did before. This is the only way you're going to get two roaches at once, without them swarming you. And so it doesn't really matter if the goblin's alive. Yes, this is a lot of roaches. I mean, you could be out here all day, I don't even know. 64 combo, I mean, so many roaches. And it will take a while to get through, but we can even wait for the next round if we want. And so normally what I like to do is go for the brain first because the brain is just easier to get rid of. First, I think. Maybe not. They're probably both easy. But, so now that the roaches are back to normal, we can finally go ahead and finish these guys off. Man, this is like a nightmare. I mean, this is like, if you were to have a broad nightmare, this would be it. Just, maybe not. Maybe it'd be tar mothers everywhere would be your nightmare. Or maybe your least favorite enemy. I don't know what enemy people don't like and stuff. But, yeah. So, now that we got that room clear, there is a secret here. Nuntar asked me to do the secret blind. This is the only secret I haven't done yet. So you'll probably see Master Hold when I finish the secret. But this is the secret right here. So you ready? Boom. What? 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 Let's retry that.
This looks bad.
This does look bad. What the heck? Wait. Alright. So let's look at what I have to do. So this opens this up. How? Oh, I'm gonna have to run back and forth just to open this up. Get to this, just open. Okay.
This looks bad.
So this does look bad. So we have to not only kill roaches before they spawn, but we have to...
This looks bad.
Yes, Speethro, we understand this looks bad. I have to do... Okay, but in the same time, it doesn't seem too hard. There seems to be... I don't know if it's just because of where I started, but there seems to be enough safe spots to make it not too scary.
Back again.
I like this. Is that weird that I actually like this? This is really cool. This is really neat. Okay, that's not gonna... And it seems like we can't kill any of these guys, because if we do, we're gonna be... It seems that this... I like this idea that we have to, the fact that we have to utilize these mimics to help us clear this already impossible swarm room. I mean, this is, on any other standards, pretty impossible.
This brings new meaning to the term running the gauntlet.
I agree, Vithro. I agree. This is like, this is really cool. I'm glad that roach right there would have killed me. I'm glad that mimics have sword turning priorities over roaches. Alright. This is... Huh. Well... I think... Now that I think about it, we could actually stand right there, and it may seem like he's gonna get us, but they're not. And then we can actually just shortcut like that, and then, go ahead and do this. And now that we've opened that up, we now have an extra pathway we can run up to. And it seems this is like, if you can't tell, I'm left speechless. Like, this is really cool. Like, I like this idea a lot. Who made this? I don't know, but I want to like hug them and give them a kiss. Alright, so this is going to be the tricky part. It doesn't seem like we need that open. Oh, but those guys are going to actually sneak through anyway. I was going to say. Alright, we can just do that, I think. Yeah, because we can just sneak back through to the same side. Seems like I forgot to hit that switch. Alright. It seems like the rest of it should be simple. Okay. So, huh. This room is very fancy. I like it. I guess we can do what we did here. Maybe. Maybe a good idea to clear them out first. And the rest is pretty straightforward. Now we can go kill the brain. Thanks to... Yeah, this is why you need every mimic alive, is so you can actually utilize this. But now we've cleared the room. Did those say anything? No. Huh. Hold mastered. That is Interesting. I like that secret. Alright, well. Next time, we will do this room. That was an interesting secret, and we will do this challenge. But anyway, see you then, everybody.